Today's Chiefs Report is sponsored by RexMD. If you go to rexmd.com/chat, you can get branded and generic versions of Cialis and Viagra for a very nice price. RexMD.com/chat, the #1 leader in men's telehealth. All right, lots of moves surrounding the Chiefs taking place today. Let's start with players who have exited. JuJu Smith-Schuster is off to New England. He gets a nice little payday, 3 years, $33 million with $22.5 guaranteed. Dianna Russini added this note that on top of the signing, first reported by Taylor Biscotti, she said that the Chiefs did try to retain the receiver, but he is off to New England. I'm a little bit surprised that Brett Veach in Kansas City did not pony this up. $11 million per year is less than I thought JuJu would get. Obviously, this free agency period has shown that compared to last offseason, the wide receiver market is much drier. We've seen JuJu get 3 years, $33 million. We saw Jacoby Myers get the same deal, similar deal in terms of guarantees with the Las Vegas Raiders. But a bit surprised that Kansas City didn't pony this up. Maybe they didn't want to go 3 years commitment. Hard to know for sure, but I thought he did some nice things last year with Patrick Mahomes and this offense. Would you have paid JuJu $33 million over 3 years? Type P for pay or D for don't. I think I would have, so I'm typing P for pay. Let me know what Chiefs Kingdom thinks down in the comments section. Because at the end of the day, 78 catches and over 900 yards, I would make a strong argument that is well worth $11 million. That is really good wide receiver 2 numbers, and I think that's what JuJu is at this point in his career. Now, maybe the Chiefs want to go out and get a #1 receiver. We'll talk about someone they could go get here in a minute. But I thought JuJu did some really good things for this team last year. Now you look at the wide receiver depth chart. I'll pencil in Kadarius Toney at wide receiver 1 because that report came out about 2-3 weeks ago that the Chiefs feel like Toney could be wide receiver 1 next year. So maybe he steps up. Obviously, you have some good depth. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Sky Moore. McCole Hardman's a free agent. I still expect him to sign elsewhere, but we'll see. Justin Watson's a free agent. I think he's someone that could return. But you need a receiver now. You need someone else to come in here, whether it's a #1, whether it's a depth guy, whether it's someone to take in the draft. I think that Kansas City needs to take a look at that wide receiver position. So we'll see what Brett Veach's plans are. A lot of guys have exited so far in free agency. JuJu is the latest to do so. Subscribe to the channel if you want more Chiefs news and rumors during NFL free agency. Trying to get to 41,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We're at 40,450. Trying to get to 41K ASAP, 550 subs away. So hit that sub button, turn on your notifications. We're going to have you guys covered throughout NFL free agency. Let's go to a receiver that the Chiefs could go out and get as a potential #1. How about DeAndre Hopkins? With JuJu off to New England, will the Chiefs trade for DeAndre Hopkins? Trade rumors have been circulating around the Cardinals receiver. He appears to be available. Are the Chiefs in on D-Hop? We'll talk about that here in just a moment. But more about our sponsor, that is RexMD. Fellas, do you sometimes lack the confidence in the bedroom that you need? Well, we've all had those nights where we get a little bit too nervous. Maybe we've had too much to drink. There's nothing worse than not being able to put the stick shift and drive when you need it the most. But have no fear, RexMD is here. RexMD is FDA approved and the most trusted leader in men's telehealth. They have sponsored today's Chiefs Report to help you always be prepared. RexMD has made it simple, easy, and cost-effective to help all the men out there last longer and feel more confident in the bedroom. RexMD makes getting generic and branded Viagra or Cialis easy. Everything is online, even the prescription, and they deliver it discreetly to your door. No waiting rooms, no embarrassing trips to the doctor, no insurance, and no copay. So take advantage of their deal right now. Save up to 90% off and only pay $2 per dosage with our exclusive link. It's rexmd.com/chat. Limited time offer, rexmd.com/chat. Get back on track with RexMD. That link is in the description and in the comments of this video. Matt Verderam had a note when it came to DeAndre Hopkins. He says, if you're the Chiefs, DeAndre Hopkins makes ample sense. The wide receiver market is barren, and there's a clear need atop the depth chart. Kansas City also has a bevy of draft picks to help make a deal with. Big question is whether Hopkins would be comfortable playing on his current deal, and I think Verderam makes a lot of sense. Like, DeAndre Hopkins, even if it's short term, like even if it's only for a couple of years, it really rounds out this wide receiver room. It gives you more flexibility heading into the draft. And I get the last couple of years he's had incomplete seasons. That's the word I would use. Last year had the suspension, the year before dealt with an injury, but when he's healthy, he's still a number one. Now, is he a top 3, top 5 receiver in the game anymore? Maybe not. I think he's fringe top 10 when fully healthy. I still think he's really, really good. I think you should go get DeAndre Hopkins. That is my opinion. I would go get DeAndre Hopkins right now. Go get him, pivot to nuke, and, if you can trade for him without committing to a contract extension, that is certainly something that would be valuable, but I would certainly go in that direction if I was Kansas City. He has plenty left in the tank, in my opinion. 31, he's not 35. I think for 2 or 3 years he could help this football team quite a bit. So should the Chiefs trade for DeAndre Hopkins? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Cast your votes down in the comment section below. Should Kansas City go get DeAndre Hopkins? Let's go to our next player here. That is Kalyn Saunders. Producer Trace, who covers the Saints for us here at Chat Sports, I told him he should be excited about this move as they get Khalen Saunders on a 3-year, $14.5 million contract. I wanted to bring Saunders back, but I kind of thought this could happen. I thought he could get priced out. He's kind of in that tier of player of, hey, we'd love to have you back, but we can only pay you so much, and certainly that is what's happened here. Saunders had a nice breakout season last year, showed some pass rush ability from that interior, that one-tech defensive tackle spot as well. And look, good for Khalen Saunders, man. This is a guy through his first 3 years of his career didn't do much. He was on the roster bubble the last 2 years, made the team again this year, and, kind of became a starter by the end of the season. I'm proud of him for developing, and I wish him the best of luck in New Orleans. We saw this a few years ago with Tano Passanio. They took him in there as well, and he did some good things. So I'm excited for Khalen Saunders. Good for him to get a nice little payday here. I certainly understand the Chiefs not wanting to commit money, too much money to him, but I would have liked to bring him back. I think he did some really good things for this team. So now you look at this defensive line depth chart, you've got a clear need at that one tech spot. I've got Tershawn Wharton in there, but he's not really that. He's more of a backup 3 tech, but we'll see what that looks like. Derrick Nnadi's a free agent. You've obviously added Charles Omenihu. Dunlap's a free agent. You've got Mike Dianna, but you need another defensive tackle, and we'll see how the Chiefs address that in free agency. Maybe it's simply bring back Derrick Nnadi for cheap. Would you do that? Should the Chiefs re-sign Derrick Nnadi? Type 1 for yes or 2 for no. I certainly would be down to doing so. Nnadi's a really nice player and knows the system. That could be in the works. One more player on the move. That is Juan Thornhill. He gets a nice little payday too. Again, kind of in that Saunders category of would like to have him back, but you can't keep everybody. 3 years, $21 million with the Cleveland Browns. He's heading to Cleveland and the AFC North. Nice year this year. Spent a few minutes with him at the Super Bowl, got to talk to him, and he really embraced being that leader of that secondary this year with all those young corners in that secondary. And now he takes on a bigger role in Cleveland and gets a nice little payday. So good for him on that front. They had cut John Johnson, so you knew they were going to be in on the safety market. So Juan Thornhill lands with the Cleveland Browns after he leaves the Kansas City Chiefs. Reminder for you guys to subscribe to the Chiefs Report. Chiefs have signed some guys. They've let some guys go. Jawan Taylor was the big one. They also signed, obviously, Charles Omenihu last night, and they brought back Tershawn Wharton, so we will see what happens next. But that is it for today's Chiefs Report. We will see you guys very soon.